What's up everybody, Cameron from Treacher's Fitness here. Today I wanted to talk to you about the bench press, and in particular why I believe it's more beneficial to come all the way down and touch the chest when doing the bench press. Now, traditionally people will argue that if you don't come all the way down to the chest when benching, you're not really doing a proper bench press, so you might as well not even bother. Now in my opinion that's just ego-fueled nonsense and it doesn't really help us. Today I want to give you two reasons why I believe it is both more beneficial and safer to come all the way down to the chest. Now first of all, safety. We all know that guy who claims he can't bench all the way to his chest because it hurts his shoulder too much. He'll always say, oh, I've got a rotator cuff injury or something along those lines. Now I believe it's because he doesn't bench all the way down to the chest that he's got that injury. And that's for two main reasons. Firstly, the turnaround portion of any lift is the most difficult portion. That can be said, the squat, coming out of the hole, is the most difficult. The deadlift, breaking the floor, is the most difficult. And the bench press, when we turn the bar around, that's the most difficult. And when we're going through this most difficult portion, we need our biggest and strongest muscles to be taking the majority of the load. So, with the bench press, out and top, most of the weight's in our anterior delt. As we come down, more and more of the weight switches to our chest, away from our anterior delt and away from our tricep. If we're to turn around halfway down, we're turning around when the anterior delt has got majority of the load on it. This is the first reason why people tend to hurt their shoulders. The second is consistently benching a little bit shy of the chest causes muscle imbalances. Over time, these muscle imbalances lead to another injury, mainly because they one day try to come all the way down to the chest. The chest can't take the load and they hurt themselves. Now the other reason I believe it's better to bench all the way to the chest is purely for progression purposes. Now we all know if we want to get stronger and bigger, we have to progress our exercises. We can't just keep benching the same weight over and over for the same amount of reps. That being said, how do we know if we're progressing properly if every single rep we do isn't exactly the same? When we come all the way to the chest, we know every single rep is the same. So if I had 5 kilos to my bench press one week, do 10 reps exactly the same all the way to the chest, I know I've progressed that move. If however, and this is very common to see, I add 5 kilos, the first rep's good, the second rep's a little bit shallower, third rep's shallower still, and then they start becoming half reps the rest of the way. I don't really know how much I've progressed. I can maybe guess that I've progressed a little bit, but I can't be sure. And those little minor differences do start to add up. Anyway, to summarise, we should always bench down to the chest because it keeps your shoulders safe, prevents that risk of injury, and makes it easier for us to know how much we're progressing. I hope it was helpful guys. Like, share and subscribe. Cheers.